host of the Gridiron.
As I said, I mean, I love Slayton. I think he's, sometimes you also have to look at it too. You got to think business wise, and all that. It's not, you don't want your heart getting in the way. But I mean, Slayton's been a model, to me anyway, a model teammate. The first year that Dave and Shane came in here, right? I mean, for all intents and purposes, like in the beginning of the season, he was like on the practice squad. I mean, right? Then through injuries and all, he worked his way back onto the team, right? And almost every year, all he does is catch like at least 700 yards receiving. Now, he didn't do that this year, but that's because the lion's share of the targets went to Wan'Dale Robinson and Malik Neighbors. They between the two of them, they had over 300 targets between the two of them. That's a lot of balls, right? So, there wasn't many balls to get thrown around. The Giants ever actually develop a good offense where the offense actually stays on the field longer, right? There'll be more balls to be thrown around, right? So maybe Slayton's numbers might go up a little bit. I was a little shocked because, like, a lot of the stuff what he was talking about, and I understand, especially at the end of the season, all it seemed like he wanted to go someplace where he was going to become more involved in the offense. And it doesn't seem like he was doing that with the Giants this past season when, as I said, with Wan'Dale and Malik Neighbors getting the ball thrown their way a lot. I mean, they had over 200 receptions between the two guys, right? He also wanted to get paid, right? So he got, $12 million a year. I was kind of shocked he actually came back. But he also said, I think he wanted to become a part of something, but also seemed like, maybe a better situation where maybe they actually had a chance of winning some football games and maybe going to the playoffs. And so I was kind of shocked he came back, but I'm very, very happy. Because I hate losing guys that you draft. Especially he's not a superstar, but a good player, a good teammate. Really seems like a great guy. The only thing is, as I saw some of this stuff on Facebook, is that now they're talking about their number 3 wide receiver is making more than number 1 and 2 combined. That's only because they're still in the rookie deal. But then I said, then the other thing, there was a picture. Somebody had posted a picture in one of the Facebook groups of Slayton and Saquon next to one another. And like at the top says, now the Giants' number 3 wide receiver is making like Saquon Barkley money. Or it's not making Saquon Barkley's money because the Eagles gave Saquon a nice boost, and good for him. But I mean, the amount of money it might have cost the Giants to maybe keep, or somewhere very close to that, maybe keep Saquon actually here, right? They're now giving, instead of keeping Saquon here, now they're keeping their number 3, number 3 wide receiver here. About the same amount of money, but you kind of still wonder, if the Giants are going to try to maybe do something in the draft, add somebody else like that, because I mean, after Slayton, after Wan'Dale, after Malik, who do we got? So I mean, is Hyatt? Is he ever going to get on the field? Is he ever going to start catching passes? Is he going to, get over the problems he has? All right. Darius Slayton returns to the Giants. Giants bring back their most veteran receiver. Giants are keeping wide receiver Darius Slayton and per Mike Garafolo, as they've agreed to terms on a 3-year deal worth $36 million in a deal done by David, I don't know, whatever his agent is. Let's see. A fitting reward for a player who has consistently been the Giants' best receiver since being drafted in 2019. And he's been here since 2019. It seemed as though Slayton was destined to leave the Giants. I was a little shocked. But they've retained one of their most veteran players, which obviously is important too, for the locker room too. Obviously every year there's going to be turnover no matter what. But I mean, keeping some of your veteran players around is pretty important. And I just can't stand when you draft a guy and he's been a good player for you, and then I hate that. I'm the old, as you can tell, right? I like, it's football. It's the same, but it's a little bit different. I mean, because back when, there was no free agency or nothing like that, you could build a team, right? Guys maybe didn't like how much they were getting paid. Well, that'll always be, right? That'll never change. Guys always want more money, right? But it was always easier to build a team back then because you had the guy he was your guy. He was on your team. That was, you know what I mean? Right? So it was easier to build a team. I mean, it's harder, now, to build a team that would keep the same team together, right? With free agency and all that and everything. That's it. Everybody wants more money. I want more money, right? It's all about the money. Slayton brings uncommon size and speed to the perimeter of the Giants defense. Those traits could be an important part of the Giants offense in 2025 and beyond. Giants have clearly wanted to throw the ball downfield over the last 2 years. Yep. And Slayton's size and speed give them an explosive presence on the outside. Slayton has averaged roughly 15 yards per catch over the last 3 seasons. Not too shabby. As well as 73 targets and roughly 700 yards per season. He would almost certainly be the second option behind Malik Neighbors for the Giants. However, his presence would help create more room underneath for Wan'Dale Robinson, who had 93 catches, and Tyrone Tracy. And, of course, his speed down the field will create big plays for more aggressive quarterback play, whoever that quarterback's going to be. Right? As with the additions of cornerback Paulson Adebo, we got some other guys to talk about, too. Retaining Slayton removes a potential draft need. So, of course, then there's always going to be undrafted free agents. There's always going to be a plethora of free agents out there who haven't been signed yet, right? Going to be interesting to see if the Giants, try to draft a wide receiver because, that's certainly not one of their strong points right now, right? But, as I said, for the most part, I'm happy Slayton's coming back, right? But we could use some more weaponry. That is for damn sure.